when you get sick, like I'm talking about something that you cannot control anymore, like it could be terminal, right? And I've experienced this with my father when he was diagnosed with early onset Parkinson's, is the fact that when you get to that stage where there's no cure or turning back as such, and you kind of know your fate. It's kind of eerie talking about this, but I've dealt with it my entire life, that it's become a normal part of it. Like when you get sick, no one really cares about you, like in that sense. And I don't mean this, I don't mean this in a morbid way, but when you really get sick, you kind of get to see society for who they are and what for people, for how they treat you. And people don't treat you too good, man. You can, they may not necessarily say it, but you can smell it in their energy. And so my father got the early onsets of Parkinson's at around age 32. And back in the day, we didn't even know what that was, right? And the closest affiliation to that condition was Michael J. Fox. That's all we knew from Back to the Future. And that's our association with that condition. And so early on in life, I was introduced to metabolic health decline, cognitive issues, depression, anxiety, in the form of packaged, it's all formed and packaged up as this condition called Parkinson's, right? And it's a very brutal, very deadly, quote unquote, disease, right? I hate to even say the word disease, but it is a disease and you battle it. Like it's a battle, right? And so the story of the staple of my channel as such stems from the fact that my Parkinson's journey is not just about my father, but it's about who I became as a byproduct, as a result of that childhood, that imprint that it left in my life. You know, despite the fact that that was a brutal death, right? Parkinson's essentially is what took his life. The final stages was something called dysphagia, where you have the inability to swallow, and he lost a lot of weight. He was unable to eat, and eventually, you know, there was his demise, and he passed away peacefully. My family went through hell. My family went through hell, and you know, I've just lately have come across these epiphanies and awakenings, and I think I'm actually experiencing it. I'm speaking from my heart. Is holding on to hate, right? Holding on to hate, as you know, it can be so heavy on for you and with you. In one sense, you know, I've gone the extreme side of the equation where I've just become stoic and shut out all sorts of emotions and even love entering my life and sphere. You know, I kind of shut out my family and walked away from all of this stuff. I deep down inside, I know that this is all temporary, right? And there are differences as we grow up in life, and some things can never be the same, right? But I came across this channel, and I might share the video on this. But this man who had a spiritual awakening, he was shot a couple of times in his stomach, and he felt like he was gone. He was clinically dead for like nearly 2 months. In his mind, it felt like 2 months, but he was clinically dead for like 3 minutes and something 47 seconds, and he experienced hell. And in his testimony, he kind of, you know, shares what he saw on the other side of hell. And if you're going through that phase here in your life on this planet, this is not even close to what you experience over there, is from his testimonies, right? And so that was kind of the shining light for me in this moment, where I stand today. Like I actually have I have a lot more love in my heart to kind of turn back the clock and go back and rekindle some of these relationships, possibly, right? But you have to be very, very strategic on how you reignite these relationships from back in the day and what it looks like going forward. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, you know, so you cannot really recreate what you had with these people, your family, your long lost friends, and some connections are just meant to be as such, right? Like, you know, where you don't talk ever again. But there are some, like family, where you kind of always know somehow that you will pick up where you left off. And we be it the same, right? We kind of outgrow spaces, we outgrow relationships, but biologically, like there's always going to be that connectivity and familiarity and grassroots and ground roots where we came from. right? And so I'm finding a lot of that, right? And the other piece, as I segue into this video, is gratitude, right? You have to practice daily gratitude, guys. And as tough as sometimes life can seem, even for myself, I keep coming back to the core elements of my life and like the staples, the pillars that I live by. And some of these things that I'm experiencing today, like the life I have today, I pretty much have everything that I wanted in my life, you know? Like, I have a beautiful AMG C63S that I worked so hard to get, second time in my life, and it's paid off. I still haven't done enough videos on that car, you know, and I have a corporate job again, and albeit it's very stressful and you know, at times toxic, you know, environment, but you know, I'm making decent money, like, you know, making 200,000 and over is no joke, especially in today's economy. I'm talking about barely making. I'm well over the 200,000 mark. Like, so, you know, it's, even though life progresses and moves us forward, I have put in so much work. I think in this game of life, fitness and wellness is almost a default where you want to enjoy the later years. And as I look at the body of work that I've done on this channel, YouTube, right, there's a lot of work. There's a lot of talking. There's a lot of testimonials. There's a lot of things that I've said and expressed, and I've also changed over time. Like, you just don't do that without the higher power, like the blessings, right? The ability to share your gift is what I'm saying. The ability to share your gifts, the ability to share your blessings, the ability for you to be conscious enough to realize that you may just have everything you need on this planet Earth, right? You may be taking advantage of whatever's given to you. Like, if you, as far as I can, you know, confirm, right, and I've lived a decent life, is that if you have your health, if you have your health, if you're alive and you have the ability to change the trajectory of the rest of 2026 and so forth, you've already won in life. You're not 6 feet under, man. You're not 6 feet under. For all the guys out there that are stuck at home and crying over the girl, a girl who broke your heart, right, has moved on, and you have one-itis, or you're fat, basically out of shape, and you expect society and the world to feel sorry for you. Um, you know, you literally can change your life overnight. Like, it's not over. It's all mental. You're in your own way. I think we're all in our heads sometimes. We get in our own way, and literally in every sense, we look for every excuse as to why we can't. Whereas you need one reason to get up and start walking, for example, right? Very simple. Like, when you put these goals into perspective, these are very simple habits that can turn around and change your life. Start with, I would say, planning and organizing, and start from where you are at now, right? Start writing down what you have, what's working for you, right? Start there. Start with whatever good that you have in your life, and start from there, and take a moment to actually take that in, and practice the gratitude aspect of it, right? And this, you know, hate, yeah. I've had a lot of anger issues in my past, like hanging on to, why did this happen to me? Why this? Why that? You know, on this channel, I've talked about my childhood. I've talked about my biological mother and not having a relationship there. But at the end of the day, I realize this is new as well. Development here is that, you know, I have to let go of that anger. I have to let go of that spirit. That's, you know, the emotions that are attached to the spirit. Because as I hear plenty of testimonies as of lately, right, the hate is a very powerful emotion. Anger is a very powerful emotion, and it's blocking other energies to enter my sphere, right? It's blocking my frequencies of attracting other people that could be entering into my life and force field. And it's really powerful, guys, what you project out there. There are very unhappy people out there, right? Hate is a very powerful emotion that you can project, and it can also turn you into a monster sometimes. I have people at my work as such. But the thing is that you have to always remember that whatever you're experiencing, either from someone else or from internally, the work still lies within yourself. Like, you can control what happens externally. A lot of us don't are not willing to look within. We're always blaming someone. We're always projecting on someone else when external validation is not needed. It's all internal. It's all within. The work always lies within. And every single day I have to practice this whole walking phenomenon, right? This whole walking activity is something very spiritual that happens as I do these walks. It's almost as if you're cleansing your soul. And I know that this environment that I'm walking in, like there's someone inspired out there watching the backdrops and nature, right? Wanting to get out there and walk, like, hey man, that background is so beautiful. You're right, it is extremely beautiful. How blessed and lucky am I to be able to do this, to be able to share my gift. Walking is one of the most simplistic forms of exercise you can do. That's good for your body, mind, soul, right? Spirit. And it's allowed me to connect to the higher power. So I have also come to the realization slowly and over time as I talk through these videos, the importance of showing up for myself, right? This keeps me accountable. Like the act of getting out of the house, right? Finding this park, this little area of mine that I love so much, coming out and doing these videos is a healing aspect of it, right? There's a intense training aspect of it that I do outside of this, outside of just the walking, right? But if I'm able to come out here and do this, it aligns me to the fact that I can actually walk, like I have my health, or I can sit home and cry and complain like most of you do, and that's why you're out of shape. I'm not saying you personally are, but for the masses, right? If you're not where you want to be, you have to ask yourself the question, you know, like what's stopping you from getting up? What's stopping you from turning the TV up? What's stopping you from scrolling? Right? You're sitting there with anxiety, right? Thoughts that induce anxiety, the racing thoughts. What about walking and just having that moment to yourself and breaking away from your home, right? Breaking away from whatever constraints that are in your environment, or taking a break from people, right? Deciding who you want to like cut off for a season, right? These are all very important. Like you got to take time out for yourself. You got to do an audit. We're almost midway through 2026. In fact, we're almost there, right? Before you know it, the year is out, right? The year is over. And I said this to myself, year in, year out. It's like, have I become better than I was last year? Have I become better than I was yesterday? As much as this is about the physical transformation, none of it's possible without the mental transformation. It kind of goes hand in hand. Both go hand in hand, right? And so as I've been practicing this gratitude, right, letting go of hate, or actually finding a medium to kind of turn off the heat, right, or the anger, I can feel the warmth, I can feel the energy, the soul shifting a little bit. So I'm experiencing another transformation. And I've had to I have to kind of talk through this, and I have to show up, like rain, a little bit of rain, wind. It's okay. I'm okay. This is my channel, and I'm okay with whatever noise, however messy this video is. The fact is, I showed up to do a video and walk my steps. I'll be well over 10,000 steps today, guys. And again, this is a candid conversation about hate, gratitude, letting go, acceptance, and accepting yourself. Accepting things for what they are. A lot of us are trying to control others, right? You can't do that. There's free will, free spirit. You can't control others to your beckoning call or your agenda. Like, people are going to do what they want to do, man. You focus on yourself. Okay, I'm going to end the video here. It's a very candid conversation. Okay, till the next one, guys. Love out.